What's going on, guys? Welcome back to All in the Mind, the podcast where I pretty much talk to the voices that live inside my head rent-free. Now, this series is going to go into characters from different forms of media: video games, TV shows, movies, comic books, maybe. And each one is going to depend greatly on availability and also how I can do their voice. And since we are currently in the month of October, we're going to be interviewing a character who has to do with all things that are creepy, spooky, and altogether strange. That's right. You know him, you love him, you also love to hate him. Everyone, please give a very warm welcome to Grunkle Stan Pines.
Well, hello, everyone.
Hey, welcome to the show, Stan.
Thank you very much for introducing me like that. I gotta say, it's really nice to finally get out there again and say hello to all the lovely people at home who are watching this.
Now, I gotta say, first off, I love watching the show Gravity Falls. It has been one of my favorite shows that I more recently got into.
Yeah, I saw your review about it. I gotta say, it was a lot of fun seeing what your reaction to our adventures was like.
I gotta say, I'm also very surprised that you were able to come along to this. It didn't seem like you really wanted to.
Oh, you mean for the podcast? I gotta say, it's a really fun experience for me to just come out here and just say hi to everybody. And also because it is the time of the year where we have Halloween, which, in where I come from, we also celebrate Summerween. So it's nice to visit somewhere else during the sister holiday of Gravity Falls.
I also gotta ask, since you're here, how are you doing and how's the family? It's been so long since the show last came out, and a lot of people have wondered how the family has recovered.
Well, for me and my brother Ford, we actually had a lot of catching up to do. And we mostly did it through the fact that we are going out on new adventures all over the world. And Dipper and Mabel, those kids are doing all right. They're still very young and very full of spirit since when I last saw them in the show.
Really? Wouldn't they be 25 at this point?
Never mind that. Remember, this is all cartoons. It's not something that's worth getting all worried about.
You're right.
But to continue what I was saying, Dipper has been doing so well in school. He's actually now got his PhD. And Mabel, she's actually doing very well too. She actually owns her own business now, which is taken on after me. She is doing exceptionally well there.
Well, what about your brother Stanford? I hear you guys have been going on some amazing adventures with each other. Can you tell us anything about that?
Well, I won't spare you with all the grisly details about it. I mean, you can ask my brother about those kinds of things, but knowing how this voice is right now, you probably don't want to hear him. So, we've just been traveling around the world a lot, seeking out the adventure of a lifetime. And I gotta tell you, it's been so nice getting to catch up with my brother like this. There is just so much that we have done within the past 10 years, and it has been such a wonderful time.
Interesting. I mean, are there any big stories that you recall? I'd love to hear anything that you have to say.
Well, there was one time when we went to the North Pole, the Arctic, and we actually spent quite a while living in the cave systems while my brother fashioned a lot of different heating devices for us for the long winter. And during one of those nights, we actually found a Yeti. Still alive, mind you, and a little ticked off that we had interrupted his slumber.
Really? You actually found a Yeti? What's he like?
Well, you know how there are people who like different kinds of foods? Well, turns out He's a big fan of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I found that out a bit the hard way because when we first met him, he tried to attack us, and the closest thing I had was my peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So I threw it at him, but it just went straight into his mouth, and he said, "Thank you."
Huh. I never would have guessed that about him. I would have assumed that he was just into raw meat or something like that.
Oh, he still does that, but it's more that he likes raw seafood. But he really just loves peanut butter and jelly sandwiches because he can't exactly get them year round where he's from.
I mean, that's really cool. It's really cool that you were able to actually get to see a Yeti.
Yeah, and getting to catch up with my brother was a lot of fun too. I couldn't believe how very similar we were. I guess that's the fun thing about people. When you spend enough time with them, you can see that there's a lot more in common between the two of you than there are things that are different.
And from otherworldly beings as well. But getting to a different topic, how is the Mystery Shack doing?
I don't know if I should be the one to answer that question, because 10 years ago, I actually retired from being the owner of the Mystery Shack, just so I could spend time with my brother and we could catch up. However, when we got back, I realized I just needed a break from everything, so I decided to stay retired when we got back.
Yeah, I know that you stepped away from it for a while, and definitely that Seuss has been writing it, but I'm also just kind of wondering how he's been doing on that.
Oh, Seuss has been the best manager since me. I'm not kidding. He and Melanie have been doing so well to keep the Mystery Shack up and running for what felt like an eternity. I've only been back for 5 years, and they've allowed me to stay in the guest room. But it's so clean, and it is so full of new attractions and items that Seuss himself even created.
All right, interesting. And the place is running great still?
Oh, I kid you not, the place is running even better than when I was running it. The place is amazing. I was actually able to go on one of their tours as a visitor this time, and I gotta say, I was blown away by how well they have kept up the Mystery Shack illusions.
Wow, that is incredible.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with Seuss with how well he was able to give a guided tour of the place. He definitely took a lot of good notes when I was in charge.
I guess that's a good point. But have you been back to the shack to see how they're doing to keep the roof over their heads?
Well, once again, I am living in the guest room. But yes, they have so much that is going on there, and tourists, as usual, have kept flocking to the Mystery Shack to see all the different attractions, both old and new. And they've even allowed Dipper to have a summertime job there to give a guided tour of the forest itself. I'm not kidding. The amount of people that go on the forest tours to see the actual mythical creatures is insane. They have raised so much money just from that alone.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Plus, they now have a tip jar right near the cash register. And it's always there to help out with Dipper, Mabel, and Ford and myself, along with their families as well. It's a little something extra that Seuss explained to me, as a way to give back to us for being such great family to them during every summer.
Interesting. I mean, that's really interesting to learn. But also, a jar full of money and you haven't stolen it yet?
Yes, there's a jar of money there, and no, I have not stolen any money from it. Except maybe the first week that I was back.
I'm kind of shocked about that. I'm surprised you were able to restrain yourself that much.
Well, getting a little more personal. The bigger thing about it is that Seuss and Melanie are like family to me. And stealing from family, I never do that. They've just been so good to me over the past few years, and it's the best way that I can think of to repay them.
You can understand my little confusion there.
Yeah. Make all the stand is a cheating, stealing, criminal jokes, why don't you?
So, anyway, I want to backtrack to with Dipper and Mabel because I'm actually kind of curious what they've been up to.
Oh, right. So, Dipper graduated college a couple years early with a full PhD. He then decided to finally take up Ford on his apprenticeship. But with Ford and I now being even older than we were when they started, Ford decided to take a little more of a back seat to the teaching part. But Dipper is still continuing it. He actually even created a fourth journal just to keep up with all the strange anomalies that have gone on past Gravity Falls. And he apparently liked it a lot. He's also married and has two kids of his own. Mabel, on the other hand, she's a lot more of the wild card. She has been with so many different boys, I cannot even keep track of them. Though, she says she's still waiting for the right guy to settle down with. I don't really know what that means anymore for her, but whatever. She's the wild card. I gotta let her go. And she even moved the Mystery Shack outside of Gravity Falls, out to the eastern shore, actually. There, she has her own assortment of different attractions and creatures and all that hullabaloo.
I mean, that's actually kind of cool. It definitely does fit their personalities, too.
And I also have to say, as their great uncle, I'm very proud of them for all of their accomplishments.
That that is very helpful, at least in my head. But what about with you? I know that some of your old schemes involved you stealing money, but have you gone back to any of those? Because knowing you, it's bound to happen sooner or later.
Well, to be honest, there was one point when I did try to go back, but let's face it, I'm getting older and I'm not moving as correctly as I used to.
Yeah, so what? You're pushing like 100 now?
Don't push your luck, kid. Remember, I'm in my 70s now.
You know what I mean, Stan. You're getting, and I do understand with where you're coming from. You're getting older and you're not as agile anymore.
Yeah, but I'm still tough enough to kick your butt. And going back to Dipper and Mabel, it's been nice to just get to talk with them every once in a while. They call me to check up on me, but more so it's so that I can check up on them, because I'm just never ready to call them to see.
Oh, so you've been keeping in contact with them since then.
Yes, they call me once a month at least, and they let me know the updates about what's been going on with their kids and their jobs and just their lives in general. And anytime I get to talk with them and even see them, it's wonderful. It's a wonderful experience for that.
Well, I mean, that does also make sense. It fits their personalities. And speaking of with personalities, which one do you love more?
Oh, come on, man! You can't make me choose.
Yeah, as an uncle myself, it's hard for me to choose between my niece and nephews.
I love them both, but if you were to twist my wrist and ask me which one I loved more, I would probably have to say Mabel.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, you and Mabel both have the big personalities. I guess Dipper and Ford are a bit more of a connect, have a bit more of a connection.
Yeah, the two nerds definitely love hanging out with each other. And Ford definitely feeds Dipper's ego, and Dipper definitely feeds Ford's ego. Rainbow and I, on the other hand, we just love winging every single plan we have and just going for it.
So, I also gotta ask, if I might, a part of the show that I'm going to try out is going to be something called the Theory Corner. And in this section, I'm going to be going into some theories for some shows and movies or anything that I have in my head. Would you be interested in coming to that?
Not in your life, kid.
Okay, I can understand, but is there anybody nearby you that can help out?
Well, I am currently at the Mystery Shack. I don't know. Maybe somebody here would be able to. I can help you out, Mr. Pines.
Oh, Seuss! Welcome to the show, buddy.
Thank you, thank you. It's a very good opportunity for me to be here. I am very much a fan of watching your content, and I gotta say, I have some theories of my own right now. Okay, yeah, you guys have fun with your little theory, whatever you call it. I'm gonna go and get something to drink, cause my throat is just killing me right now.
All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, we have Seuss here from Gravity Falls as well. He's going to be helping me out in the Theory Corner section.
That is correct. I am Sus. I am the owner of the Mystery Shack, Mr. Mystery himself. And I am here just to help out with this little part of your podcast show.
So, Seuss, there's this show out called Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Have you seen it?
I have done, but it's been a while since I've watched it, and currently I am watching through it once more.
Well, basically, all that happened in season one that I'm basically going to talk about is that Norman Osborn was the mentor to Peter Parker, but Peter refused it in the finale just to be more neighborhood kind of friendly. Along with the Venom symbiote ending up on Earth as well, and Norman developing new technologies that were meant to help Spider-Man, kind of thing, and create, and they've actually even created a glider at one point.
Oh, okay, yeah. I remember all those things, but there was just like more specific details that I kind of just don't remember, and that's why I'm watching through the show again.
Yeah, so it actually brings me to my first theory, which is that because we saw the glider technology used on one of Spider Man's first missions, and because it's freaking Norman Osborn, my first theory is that in season two, we're going to see more technology being developed by Oscorp, and eventually, my theory is that we're going to get the Green Goblin.
Wow, you really think that they're gonna make Norman Osborn the villain so fast during their show run? I mean, I know the dude was pretty cruel in his first episodes, but you really think he's gonna turn all villain?
Okay, maybe not Norman Osborn Green Goblin, but I have a feeling that we're going to get a version of the Green Goblin in some respect.
Regardless, dude, that's a pretty outlandish kind of theory. I can't help but say that seems a little too far out there.
Yeah. My theories can be a bit outlandish, but I've been checking out stuff from the channel New Rockstars, and they've practically influenced me on making theories, and very outlandish ones at that.
Yeah, I definitely have heard of new rock stars, and I've heard about their different kinds of theories that have not gone down the way they theorize, but even still, your theory right there is just very hard to believe that they would just do that so quickly.
And my second theory is that because the Venom symbiote is now on Earth, my second theory is kind of pretty much that we're going to get the Black Suit Saga in this upcoming season.
Okay, I know I said the last one was outlandish, but dude,
This one is going to be even more outlandish. You really think they're going to introduce the Black Suit Saga in season 2? That is just a little bit too quick, in my opinion, dude.
Okay, so maybe not this particular season, but I do hope that we're going to get it soon. Again, maybe not this season because I read online that we're also going to get Gwen Stacy in this season, which I don't know about, but we'll see. And so we're probably going to set up a lot of other things first, but I do hope that we're getting more about the Black Suit Saga, or at least build up to it, that will come about in season 2. And I guess part of me is hoping that season 3 will focus on the Black Suit Saga.
So, in short, you're hoping that season 2 will build up to the Black Suit Saga, at least, and season 3 will feature the Black Suit Saga exclusively? I think I see where you're coming from, dude, but even still, it's pretty unlikely that they're going to introduce all this stuff so quick in the series.
I don't know. I guess part of me was just hoping for like the Black Suit Saga to show up sooner rather than later. Partially because the Spectacular Spider-Man kind of did it that way, and so did the '90s series.
Oh yeah, I remember those shows and how they did that. Though, in all honesty, the Spectacular Spider-Man show, that was almost peak perfection on how they could do the Black Suit Saga, dude.
So, do you have any theories?
Well, it's just one little thought in my head, but seeing as how they had such a good friendship growing throughout season 1, I do think that Nico and Harry are gonna become more than just good friends. I do kinda hope so, because they have been forming such a wonderful friendship throughout the entire first season of the show. It's just a little something that's been going on in my head since I first watched the show, but that's pretty much it, dude.
Hmm, interesting. I don't even know what to think about that. I actually didn't even think about that.
I'm honestly a little surprised about that, dude. You did leave a lot of reactions to the show on your channel, and to be honest, I do like that about theories. Sometimes you don't even think about them, and it can surprise you.
But yeah, I would suggest you guys leave your own theories in the comments below as well, and maybe I'll be able to talk about them next time.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, leaving comments below is always such a great idea, and I'll be honest, if I had a computer, I would definitely do that.
Okay, you guys done with your book club or whatever? Because I gotta get some stuff done today.
Oh, yeah, we were just finishing up, Stan, actually. You came back just in time. And I gotta say, while this is pretty much going to be the end of it, and Theory Corner is going to take up the last third of each episode, I do want to thank you two for coming by today.
Oh, it was my pleasure. I'm glad to answer any questions about the Mystery Shack or whatever I can answer about my family kind of thing. As long as they don't sue me.
And I'm happy to just help out wherever I am needed, as a good handyman should. And I'll be honest, it's great to just talk about and promote the Mystery Shack, and even just talk about some random things altogether.
This has been a really amazing experience to get to talk to you guys. Even if it is in the back of my head that you guys are coming from.
Yeah, and I gotta say, being you doing this voice, it is not easy on the vocal cords, kid. My lungs are just giving out by now.
And I'm surprised how quickly you managed to fall into this voice, dude. It's a really fun voice to do, and everybody should try it out.
Yeah. Once again, thank you so much for coming. And I do hope that we can get together again sometime, maybe to discuss more things. Seuss, I really loved your theory there, and I do kind of want to bring it back in the sometime later, just to bring it back together.
Oh, definitely, dude. If you ever do another podcast where you're just taking a look at Spider-Man altogether, I'd be happy to join you, especially for this show. It has been one of my favorite shows that has featured the Spider-Man character.
Yeah. And for all our viewers, listeners, whatever, thanks again for checking this out. And be sure to follow me on all my social media pages, actually. I have a Twitter, a TikTok, an Instagram. I've got those three mostly, and so be sure to check them out. I also even have a Discord as well. Stan, Seuss, is there any place people can find you guys online?
Oh, I don't use any of those social media sites. They're way too confusing for me. I just cannot understand anything that kids are talking about on there.
Ah, because you don't have anything past the 80s, huh?
You're lucky you're not in the same room as me, kid, because I would just punch you right in the face for that.
Yeah.
No, seriously, I actually even used that threat on Dipper a lot during his summers here. Yeah, he comes down for multiple summers nowadays, so yeah, there's that.
Seuss, what about you?
Oh, sorry to break everybody's hearts, but I actually don't really have any social media platforms. I tried doing it one time, but it was just way too confusing to set up, and honestly, I don't even know what to put in half the time. Luckily, though, there are some people who have made social media sites for me, and basically are just centered around my kind of things. So, there is like a Facebook site and an Instagram site, but they aren't officially owned by me. So, yeah. But they are pretty cool to check out, though.
Okay, understood. But yeah, thanks again, guys, for watching. And leave a comment. Let me know who you think I should talk to next. I really do want to know who you guys really want to see on this show.
Hold on a second. You're paying us for this gig, right?
Uh, gotta go. Bye.